Hello, my name is Ralph Fuhrmann and this is my podcast, Room for Reflection. I've been a therapist for more than 30 years and for the last 20 years living in Argentine, attending and teaching osteopathy in my own school. My idea and great wish with this podcast is to create a space where doctors, artists, psychologists, musicians, therapists, and of course patients talk to me about health and everything related to this topic. I would like to invite us to broaden and enrich our way of seeing, thinking and feeling in order to recognize our personal responsibility in relation with our health. I believe to find our meaning in life is to find our path to health. And what is your opinion? This is my podcast, Room for Reflections, and I'm Ralph Fuhrmann. Hello, my name is Ralph Fuhrmann. Today I would like to talk about what's my responsibility in relation to my health, to our health. Okay, maybe it's necessary to talk about what depends the feeling to feel health. I think there are a lot of small details or big details for everyone. It's very important to feel good, to feel well, to feel happy, alive, I don't know. And I would like to invite us to be more consciousness about these details. Maybe one part, it's very important, it's our well-being in relation to our body. I would like to move my body smooth without feelings of pain. The movement is very easy, not rigid. That could be one part of my idea. What is health? But I think it's important, you have to realize it's important my emotions as well. And it's not only idea my emotions should be perfect or I should feel happy all the time. I think in first place it's important that I have a relation to my emotions, that I can accept and feel my emotions, and hopefully different emotions. Anger, pain, fear, anxiety, happiness, joy. And another part should be important, I think. What I'm thinking. What are my belief system? What is my belief system? What is my idea about life? How works life? How should be working? How should be possible to resolve problems? Or life is very difficult every time. Life is a struggle. Life is just or unjust. To understand if I have limitations in my thoughts or I have special ideas, these ideas, my way of thinking, will produce emotions, and these emotions and these thoughts will affect my body. So it's very important when we are talking about our health, and with this podcast I would like to invite us to talk about our own responsibility in relation to our health. I should be more conscious about my thoughts, about my emotions, and about my relation to my body. How good or bad can I feel my body? And maybe discovering there are parts of my body which I can't feel it at all. In other podcasts I showed or shared some exercises to get more, to do something for us. It's very easy, very natural, to be more conscious about our relation with our body, with our emotions, and with our thoughts. Because these consciousness, these are relations with us, with ourselves, decide how I feel life. How can I process life? The information which offer the life for me. To accept the information, to let it in my body, to take time to process and observe what happens inside, to decide that's not good for me, or yes, I would like to know more about this. To be open, or maybe it's necessary to close a little bit because it's a place where I not feel safe. And this leads us to the next step. In the first place, I have to get conscious about my relation with my body, with my emotions, and with my thoughts. To get in contact to, maybe in first place, to another person. Maybe to my parents, to my couple, to my children, to my neighborhood, to our friends in work. I believe the same level, the same grade we are consciousness about ourselves, we can be conscious about another person. If I'm not conscious with myself, I will have problems to feel another person, to understand words, to understand gestures, movements. Maybe to understand expression of the face of another person who likes to share something nice, lovely, or will try to attack me. But to understand the posture of the person or the expression of his face, or to understand clearly the words and behind these words the emotion and the true intention of the person, in first place I have to be conscious about myself. At least to accept the grade of consciousness I can have at this moment in my life. I'm not talking about an ideal to be conscious pure consciousness. I believe until we are humans, we are now on our way. But on our way, we should be consciousness where we are at this moment, at this present moment. So, another podcast, I invite us with small exercise to be present and to accept what it's possible for me in this moment to feel about me, to feel about my body, where there are good relations, clear relations, where relations not so clear, where there are a little bit difficulties for me to understand the information of my body, and places where there's disconnections, where I can't feel anything. And afterwards, I invite us to observe our relation to our emotions. And at least the last step is to observe our thoughts. These small exercises, which are very easy, allows me to know where I'm conscious, where I'm clear about myself, where can I accept my connections to myself, and where there are difficulties. This possibility will guide me and will allow me, in the moment when I'm in contact to another person, to feel myself and to feel the other person, to hear the words and to feel maybe the emotions behind these words, the intention of the person who tries to explain me something, which in first place maybe I can't understand, because you have your reality. I feel it in my way, in my personal way, and you will feel it in your personal way. My point of view is different in relation to your point of view. And if we both have a relation with respect, you can accept that my point of view, my opinion is different from your opinion. This helps us to understand that my opinion not is better than or your opinion is better than mine. It's different. And if we get at this level, if we can reach this level together, maybe we will notice, wow, we can enrich our visions, our opinions, and we can tell each other, wow, never thought this way, never looked at this problem in this way. It's interesting. Let's try it to do it your way or my way, or to try to do it with both point of views. Maybe we can use another point of view, because we will share our informations. We will enrich our informations about a problem or about life, and we can enrich our relations. So that's one of the ideas I'd like to share with this podcast, our responsibility in relation with health. At first place, my responsibility starts with me. I should be more consciousness about myself, physically, emotionally, and about my thinking process, to understand and feel another person. I can feel, I can get conscious of another person in the level I'm conscious about myself. And if we broaden up now our point of view to this topic, not only in relation to a person, in relation to a group, in relation to our neighborhood, in relation to our region, or to our land, homeland, to our country, or at least to the world. What is my responsibility in relation to the world? What is my responsibility in relation to the country? The healthcare system tries to help us in an interesting way. If you like to see it, I like to share this. You remember several years ago, the healthcare system had a lot of problems and decided, okay, we will do a questionnaire with you until you get into the health system. So I will ask you, do you smoke? Do you drink alcohol? Do you have some illness or diseases before? Because the healthcare system decided, okay, these peoples have more risk to get ill again, and we have to pay for them. So if you are in this moment a person with problems, a risky person, I like try to explain it like this, you have to pay more. Or on the other hand, you can see it, if you are a healthier person, in relation to our system, to our country or healthcare system, you have a responsibility. If you try to work together, we can help each other. And not only in relation to people, in relation with animals and with plants, or at least with the world. Our responsibility to the health is maybe beyond limits. It starts with you. To discover, depending on your consciousness in relation to yourself, to your body, to your emotions and to your thoughts, your relations to other people, to animals, to the nature or to the world will be more consciousness. And that will help us all. And we can go a step furthermore, if you like. I would like to invite us to do this step. In the podcast about the exercises to get more consciousness about ourselves, inviting us watch your relation with your body. Observe the relations, the clear relations, the not so clear relations, or where there is no relation with your body. Observe and try to discover your emotions, and at least observe your thoughts. And in this moment I again invite us all. How can you do this? How can you observe your thoughts, your emotions, and your relation to your body? My only explanation is with our consciousness. And our consciousness is above our thoughts, above our mind. And if you like, you can call it consciousness. Consciousness about yourself. But you can discover in this moment, yes, I have a body, yes, I have emotions, yes, I have thoughts, but I can observe it with a capacity which I couldn't really understand because it's above my mind. This is my real consciousness, or my real essence. Maybe you get me. It's pointing to the spiritual idea that we have a body, but our body without a special kind of energy or spirit couldn't be alive. And with this idea, it leads, at least for me, to the idea, yes, I have a responsibility to my body, with my body. I have to do exercises, to move my body, to be careful with my body. I should observe and accept my emotions. And I invite us to express our emotions, to help us understand each other more easily, and to observe our mind, our thinking process. This is my responsibility in first place. But in second place, I invited us all because this will help us a lot in relations to other persons. Remember, the level of your consciousness about yourself is the same level in relation with another person. And not only person, groups, in relation with animals, in relation with nature, or in relation at least with the world. This is one point of view of my responsibility, as far as I believe, in relation to our health. And the last step for me is to remind us, we have a body, we have emotions, we have thoughts, but we are not our body. We are spirit, we are souls. And this spirit and this soul likes to express himself or herself. My life, your life as well, has a purpose. We are here for a special reason. And as far as I understand, at this moment in my life has a purpose, and one of the idea or the strong desire of life is to express and to learn, and to learn new things. Not only to repeat and repeat and repeat the old things. It's invite us to open up for more information. Open up, it's necessary in first place to open up our mind, or be more conscious about this necessity to open up, to reach out or wait for new information. Life always will show you something new. Life is a continuum process, which not means it's very easy always. But in the moment, if you struggle because something happens in your life which you don't understand in the first place, because it's new, you can be sure it's the direction which life invites us to go, in this direction, because it's new. It's not the old way, it's something new. But of course, the new way is new for me, is different from my experience of my past, which I used to use, and my habits and my way of thinking maybe not as useful anymore. I have to change, I have to be flexible to go with new rules, with new ideas, and maybe without ideas. Only be open, because life, as far as I understand, is very generous with us. And life invites us always to learn new things. And to learn new things, in first place, I have to recover my purpose in life. And this purpose in life, in first place, is very egocentric, is like I try to explain in this podcast. In first place, you have to be conscious about yourself, about your body, about your emotions, about your thoughts. And the next step is to discover your purpose of life, and noticing this purpose of life for me as well as is for other persons, for other peoples, for other animals, for another kind of lives, forms of lives. As far as I understand, we all have a purpose of life for us and for others. Not only for other people. We are life. We are life. If I discover my purpose of life and I accept and I follow my purpose of life, I will help life. Your life, you are valued, you are important. And this is very important. For this, I like to invite us to remind us about our responsibility of health, or for health, or in relation to health. Seeing it in a much wider vision. But we can start, and we should start, with our body, with our emotions and with our thoughts. So the next step, our relations will be much more easier. We will understand much more about other persons or relations with animals or with nature. And much easier for us as well to understand, not in an intellectual way, to understand life. Life always will be a mystery for us, as long as we are humans. But if you get in contact with your purpose of life, if you feel your essence, noticing there is a body, we need a body, we need emotions and thoughts to maybe as well help us with these experiences we will have with our body and with our emotions and with our thoughts, to remind us that we are not our body, our emotions, our thoughts, that we are essence, that we are souls. Maybe we can use the phrase, we are divine, but we are not gods. And we different individuals, and as well one. It's very difficult maybe, but it's the next step. That we are all individuals and we are all one as well. So everybody is important, and everyone has a responsibility. Yeah. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Thank you for your consciousness. I would like to invite us and to invite you to search for the other podcasts from my room for reflections, where you can see and do these exercises with me together. They are very easy to help us, to remind us with our responsibility with our health and with life. Thank you. My name is Ralph Fuhrmann. This was my podcast. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed this space and would like to share your reflections with me and others, you can stay in contact by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your like, and feel free to share it with your friends. This was Room for Reflection with Ralph Fuhrmann.